Now let's look at an Excel model for doing ABC analysis. So we start with a list of items. So this example has 14 items. We have the item number, then annual demand and cost per unit. So we need to multiply these two to compute the annual dollar usage. And if the heading spills over and you want to wrap the text within the cell, so you can go to alignment, so you can go, you click this arrow to get the format cells window, and then you can say wrap text. You can check wrap text and that'll wrap it up for you. Alright, so then let's right align. Okay, so now we multiply the annual demand by cost per unit. Okay, so that's going to give you the dollar usage, and let's change the format to currency, and probably don't need the decimal places. Copy that everywhere. So now let's put the borders, because we need to make sure that the borders are consistent, and this spreadsheet is formatted in a professional way. So now next is to sum the annual dollar usage of all the items, so you get the total annual dollar usage. Okay. Now what we need now in order to group the items into class A, B, and C, we need to sort this list in descending order of annual dollar usage. So one way of doing that is to go and do data sort, and then we can sort it. Okay, but when we do that, then the original list is now going to be sorted by the annual dollar usage. So it becomes kind of, you lose the original list. Okay, so if you don't want to lose the original ordering of the list, but you want a new set of columns that will sort the items by annual dollar usage, then you can use, instead of using the command, we can use a function which is called sort. Okay, there are two functions, sort and sort by. We're going to use sort. Okay, so now this is going to sort this list and place it here without affecting the order of the original list. So we first give the array. So now we don't need to worry about the number, so we need these these 4 columns to be sorted. Okay, and which column should be used as the key for sorting? So we have 4 columns here, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So it is the 4th column that should be used for sorting. And then there is one other item that we have to specify whether you want it in ascending order or in descending order. So we want in descending order. So select that and press the tab key. So -1 means descending order. Okay. Now press enter. Okay. So now this is going to sort this list by the key in descending order and place it here. So you see that we entered the formula in just this one cell, and it spills over to the same dimension as the original data. Okay. So if we try to delete any part of the split formula, nothing will happen. Okay. So it's not going to. But if you go ahead and delete the formula in that one cell where we entered the sort function, then the whole thing is gone. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to undo that. So we have the sorted list. So let me copy the titles. Okay, put the border here. Okay, and let's say we want these to be currency, and let's not worry about the decimal places. Okay. Now we need to express these as percentages for convenience, so we can compare those percentages with the thumb rule for classification of A, B, and C items. So we want percentage of dollar usage. Okay, we want that, and then we want cumulative percentage of dollar usage, right? Annual dollar usage. Okay, and then we need cumulative percentage of items, number of items. Okay, and then of course after that we're going to do the classification here. Okay, so let me put a border here. Okay, so percentage of dollar usage. Okay, so we can copy this sum here. It's going to be the same thing anyway. And what we need to do is to divide each dollar usage by the total. Okay, now we need to make K20 absolute reference so that when we copy the formula, the total usage will always come from K20, and for that we need to press the function F4 key. So that will insert the dollar signs, which will make the cell address K20 a fixed address or absolute address. Okay. Now let's make that into a percentage. So let's put 1 decimal place there. Okay. All right. Now cumulative. So now we have each dollar usage is now expressed as a percentage. Next we want the cumulative percentage. So that would be, you want to sum from L6, okay, to L6. Well, but when we copy, we want the first cell address to be constant, L6. So when you copy this formula down below, then the first one will be sum from L6 to L6. The second one will be L6 to L7, because L6, the first L6 is absolute referenced with dollar signs. So this will give you a running sum of these dollar usages. Okay, so now copy that, and obviously at the end you get 100%. Now cumulative percentage of items is as you go down how many items are there in the list, and we want that as a percentage. So we can use the serial number here. So as we go down, okay, we start with just 1 item, and then 2 items, 3 items, all the way through 14 items. So that's the number of items from the top as we go down in the list, and we want that as a percentage. So we take the item number or the serial number of the item, and we divide by the total number of items, which is in B19, and you make B19 into an absolute reference. So enter that. So make that into a percentage. Again, keep 1 decimal place. Okay, so now we need to use the cumulative dollar usage and cumulative percentage items and apply the thumb rule and then determine the classes. So let's look at that in the next video.